Book 3, Chapter 3 of A Tale of Two Cities is called The Shadow. Mr. Jarvis Lorry resolves to find an apartment for Lucy so that housing a prisoner's wife does not endanger the bank, leaving Jerry Cruncher there to guard the Manettes while he searches for one. That evening, Monsieur Defarge arrives at the bank with a message from Dr. Manette saying Charles Darnay is safe, but the doctor can't leave yet, and that a messenger has a letter for Lucy from Darnay. Lorry is to let Defarge see Lucy. Madame Defarge is in the courtyard knitting, accompanied by her good pal, the Vengeance. Monsieur Defarge says his wife urgently needs to see Lucy and their child for their safety. His tone is unemotional and almost mechanical, which concerns Lorry. Darnay's note to Lucy is only a few phrases, but Lucy is so happy to have a message at all that she kisses Madame Defarge's limp, cold hand. Her expression is chilly. Lorry presents little Lucy and Miss Pross to Madame Defarge, who points her knitting needle at little Lucy and asks if she is Darnay's child. Lorry confirms she is, and the shadow that Madame Defarge casts on little Lucy makes her mother kneel down and hold on to her in fright. Lucy begs Madame Defarge to be good to her husband and not to hurt him. Madame Defarge responds by saying only little Lucy is her business, not Darnay. Lucy pleads with Madame Defarge not to use her influence against Darnay as a wife and mother who understands. Madame Defarge retorts that wives and mothers in France have never been considered, and their husbands and fathers have been imprisoned and worse. With that, the Defarges and the Vengeance leave, Madame Defarge knitting as she goes. Lucy feels the darkness of their shadow long after they have gone, and so does Jarvis Lorry. The foreboding shadow that Madame Defarge casts makes it clear that Lucy and her daughter are far from safe. Even though Dr. Manette is protected because of his former prisoner status, it appears that his daughter doesn't get the same protection. When Madame Defarge entered Darnay's family, including his wife and daughter's names, on her death register in her knitting, it appears she has not changed her mind. Once a person is on Madame Defarge's register, they're there for good, mirroring how the people condemned by the king were killed, no matter who petitioned to save them. Madame Defarge shows the cold-hearted person that she is, just as evil and vicious as the force the revolutionaries are fighting against. Her friend the Vengeance also exudes that evil. Dickens also uses the dialogue between Madame Defarge and Lucy to evoke the darkness of events to come. Not just for Lucy, but for little Lucy, and for Darnay, and many others in Paris.